Okay, this is a video for Roger Jenkins per your request. And I was going to send you a video on just sabering the champagne, but then I thought there's more to it than that. So this is a little bit of information on how we pick our champagne here at the Starnes household and the story behind some of these champagnes, then a little bit about the glasses that we use. So the one that started it all, Veuve Clicquot, stands for Widow Clicquot. It was a French woman whose husband died. She took over his winery and focused on champagne. And she supposedly, as the, I guess you'd say fable goes, served this to Napoleon and his generals. And I've heard it two ways, that they would saber the champagne before battle because they didn't think they were going to see each other again, or may not, or that they sabered it after in victory. And Napoleon is famous for his quote that champagne, in victory it is earned, and in defeat it is necessary. Well, one thing Lynn and I like to do is drink the different beverages that we see in movies and TV shows. And so the other day we were watching Casablanca, and the French captain Renault recommended Clicquot, Veuve Clicquot, to the officer, German officer Strasser, as he was eating his caviar. So that's what they recommended. If you go on in the movie Casablanca, there's a flashback to the happy days in Paris before the Germans invaded. This is where Ilsa and Sam and Rick, they put down 3 bottles of Mumm Cordon Rouge. And so we have a bottle of that. Just got this, haven't tried it yet, but saw the movie and thought I'd give it a try. In 1972, Nixon goes to China, and they had planned a huge famous toast for the agreement with China, and they had planned on taking French champagne, and Nixon said, you know, we're not taking French champagne, what's the best American champagne? And they looked around and they found Schramsberg. There's Blanc Noir and Blanc de Blanc, and I like them both, but the Blanc de Blanc is the one that went to China in 1972. The next one is Pol Roger, and this is Winston Churchill's brand. And I knew that he liked champagne and drank a fair amount of it. Of course, he's famous for his cigars and scotch as well. But in the movie, The Darkest Hour, they showed him drinking champagne at every meal. And so we don't do that around here, but we have savored some of his champagne, and we've had a couple of Churchill nights where I have some guys over and we smoke Churchill cigars and sip some of his scotch. Talisker, which I don't actually much care for. This is one of the cheaper Pol Rogers, the one that they named after him, the Pol Roger Winston Churchill. It's about $300 a bottle. And Churchill's also famous for one of his quotes, "My tastes are simple, I'm easily satisfied by the very best." This next one is one that Lynn and I discovered through a wine app that we use a lot, Vivino. And this one's called Alexandria. It's a California sparkling wine, and it actually is rated higher at 4.5, I believe, higher than all of these others, and it's a little bit cheaper. So we like this one a lot, and we've got some good memories with it. We served it when Emily got her master's from Georgia, and at my most recent birthday, we savored a bottle. This is Alteneve, and this is a Rosé Prosecco. We actually like the white a little bit better, but I keep some rosé around just to kind of mix things up a little bit. Now, you can't always be certain that a bottle will saber well, so I always try one privately before I do it with guests. And so this is the Alteneve Rosé that we sabered recently, and you can see here is the cork. It's kind of nice when they brand them, and the glass still surrounding the cork. Here is a Pol Roger that we sabered. And then this is the Alexandria that we did for my 60th birthday party. A lot of people will save the cork. Sometimes they even save the bottle and write on it. Now, if we've got a group of folks over, we'll use flutes. Linda and I will usually drink out of our Tennessee flutes, but we have unmarked flutes for guests. And then after that, pretty much any small goblet, white wine glass will do. Here's some hand-painted wine glass that we use. Another wine glass that we like. My favorite is the Nachman white wine glasses. Again, it's pretty small for a white wine. It's a division of Riedel. The Riedel Chardonnay glass we think is too big. But again, we just use white wine glasses unless there's a group. And now, weather permitting, we'll go savor a bottle. Okay, we're outside by the pool now, And with Mac Filming, we're going to saber a bottle of Veuve Clicquot. And you can see here on top of the cage is a picture of the widow. It's probably self-evident why she remained a widow. But one thing you do is you take the cage off. A little easier to do without the saber in your hand. Set that down here. Then you want to find the seam on the neck of the bottle and you rub the back side of the blade against it. And what you're really doing here is you're creating some vibration which creates positive pressure in the glass, in the bottle. That way when we saber it off, it's going to push any possible shards out. And what you want to do is line up and hit the lip square with the saber. You don't slash it, you run it right up the neck, hold it about a 45-degree angle, and that's how it's done. Bon appetit. Okay, you can see I fished the cork out of the pool. Clearly says VCP on the top. You can see where it came cleanly off of the bottle. Put that down. Pour up at an angle into our favorite glasses, trying to save as many bubbles as possible. And then we serve it with a variety of things. It goes great with a meal, actually. Of course, cheese and crackers. I learned from a winemaker to serve it with strawberries and cashews, and I've added blackberries. So, from the Starnes family to your family, cheers.